With how the furry fandom is filled with colorful characters and animals alike, all with different talents, looks, features, levels of cuddle, levels of furry, diversity is a very difficult trait to achieve. In this sense, we could consider the idea of gaining popularity or becoming a Popufur to be a challenging feat. Becoming a Popufur. What an amazing thing to want. It's almost like every child wants to dox you because you wouldn't respond to their 30 messages in 4 seconds. Heyo guys, my name's BetaEtaDelota, and today we'll be talking about some furry things. The series where we talk about pretty much any major/minor events and ideologies that occur in the furry fandom. And yes, that pun was intended. Clace, you pink boyo, hit me up already. I sent you my life jacket, please respond. I was on the fence about making this video because of how much this is talked about in the fandom, but seeing how no one's made an informational video on the subject yet, I thought I'd hop on it. I always have to do everything around here. But for today's installment, we'll be talking about the concept of popufurity, or becoming a popular furry, whether it be in the fandom or on YouTube or both. Ignore the fact that what I just said made no sense. We're talking about fursuits! I'm never making that voice again, just so you know. So like I said in the beginning of this video, achieving a level of popularity in the furry fandom is really hard, especially with the idea that almost everything has been done before for fursonas and fursuits and even online entertainment. For example, if all an individual has is their fursona and nothing goes into it like a personality or talents, they will more than likely blend into the crowd. For the sake of this video, let's use the example of furry YouTubers, since that's seen as an easier way of becoming a popufur. We're those individuals in the fandom that try to stand out amongst the crowd by both representing the fandom on a different social media platform, but also by presenting something diverse for content or talents in the fandom. With being a furry YouTuber, or even just being in the furry fandom entirely, there's this very common idea that in order to become a popufur, or in order to stand out in the fandom, you need to have a fursuit. No, seriously though, let's talk about this. I think the concept of needing a fursuit to be popular, compared to how the fandom functions, is a worthy debate topic. Now for pretty much every debate ever, there's a for side and an against side. For this section, we'll be talking about why fursuits don't equal popularity. Then we'll switch over to the next one, but you know that. The main argument against people having the mentality of fursuit equals popularity is that it's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside. Where the main moral is that the furry fandom, even though we like the colorful and fluffy characters, only really care for people that aren't shitty. Bottom line, people like non-shitty people. Another very valid argument furries make against fursuit equals popularity is in that one scene from Spider-Man Homecoming. I didn't actually watch it, I think it was the ferry scene. Tony takes Peter's suit back. Peter says, "But I'm nothing without the suit." And Tony responds with, "If you're nothing without the suit, you shouldn't have to begin with." I think I just nailed it with the enunciation. In that scene, Peter thinks he needs the suit to prove who he is and what he can do through a sort of public label. Which makes sense because when people see the suit, they think, oh shit, Spider-Man. But in the end, that shouldn't take away from his morals or how he acts. Which again relates to how most people in a community or fandom care about how people really are or what's on the inside, rather than the colorful, beautiful, look at me, I have 2 fursuits on mentality. I like to think of it this way. You may have some actual physical colors, but when you get to know someone outside of that, you get to see their true colors. How's that for a play on words? That wasn't really a play on words, was it? An idea to keep in mind is that when 2 furries meet each other originally, they already have the preconceived notion that they both have a common interest. The furry fandom and more than a handful of things or fetishes involved in it. Mine kinda stands out, I'm just saying. Now because you already have the foundation of those common interests, the next thing you would generally want to know about is the personality behind those interests. Because remember, just because you two have something in common doesn't mean that you're that compatible. I've talked to and met countless people in the past who I have exactly the same thing in common with, but I don't get along with them because of how they are or how they act, which in the end is no one's fault. But all of that is just for the against portion of the debate. There are some pretty valid reasonings behind why a fursuit can make someone popular or how a fursuit equals popularity. The main argument I see is that it doesn't ruin the magic in which having a fursuit on is visually pleasing to others. I actually get this comment a lot more than I should, where in my videos with face cam where I show my face instead of character stills, some of my fans say it would be more visually pleasing if I just got a fursuit and wore that during my videos. It makes sense because if people are coming to a furry YouTube channel or watching a furry video, there should be some semblance of a fursuit, whether it be the host of the video or in some secondary form, which is why the character stills are more acceptable to people than the face cam. Although I emphasize people listening to my content, it's still visually pleasing to see my Sona in a life jacket. I mean, come on, it's orange as all hell. If I were to get a fursuit and wore it in my videos or used it on my channel, it would be considered a business investment even if that might not be my intention. Which if I'm getting a fursuit, I'm getting a fursuit to use it the way it's intended. Just because people want to see me play fursuit Guitar Hero doesn't mean I'll actually do it. I actually will though, I'm not even joking. Plain and simple, people like seeing more colorful and cartoon-like things because it's more pleasing to the eye and because it stands out in the blandness that is our world. This can also relate to the idea that I and a lot of other people are insecure about how we look. I'm not really insecure to the point where I need to be perfect in the public public eye, but more so that I know that people don't like seeing my face in my videos, and that some other people are physically more pleasing to look at. I know I'm a fat grown adult that can't be loved, and I accept that. Of course I'm willing to change the minor things like my mannerisms and my weight, but plain and simple, I am me, and if people don't like it, that's fine. Which is why I'm not getting a fursuit for the reason of using it in my videos. But a lot of people would rather not let the ruin the magic thing linger over them, so the idea that a fursuit can make them stand out or make them feel a little more loved makes sense. I know I'd get a lot more hugs and cuddles while wearing a fursuit, but that wouldn't be my sole intention for getting one. And that's why I can see the idea of fursuit equals popularity actually being an issue in the fandom. So now that we've covered both sides, I'd like to give my input on the matter, because I feel like what I can say can make a difference in what people may think, or how they might be able to relate to the subject. Now, I am personally on the side where fursuit doesn't equal popularity. For my personal journey, if you could call it that on YouTube and in the furry fandom, I made it here to this point without the aid of a fursuit. I showed that I have some talent or method of standing out without using a fursuit, even if it might have been on the YouTube platform. Back when I made the 7 levels of being a furry video, the only thing I invested in that video was about $50 for the character stills. The rest of what was used and utilized is all manpower. Even outside of YouTube, I know I can probably stand out in the crowd of furries because I would be able to show my talents or my personality through events at furry conventions. Again, refer back to the video, maybe. What I really don't like about the fursuit equals popularity topic is the means to an end thought process, where people in the fandom may get it stuck in their head that they need or want to be famous and popular, so they'll use the fursuit as a means to an end, and not what the fursuit should really be intended for. Now, even relating back to the character stills topic, because I know some people are going to ask about that. Because I have character stills and use them in my video, I'm just as guilty as people who use fursuits. That's not necessarily true. The thing is, I could throw character stills on a screen all I want, but the main thing that has to do with the character stills is the voice behind it. If the voice behind these character stills is not good, or is egotistical, or is just straight up a terrible person, people aren't going to want to listen to it despite how adorable the character still might be. Even in the past with my very first 7 levels video, I was a bit of a dick towards furries in that video, and some people kinda despised me for it. But over time, I gained a very open mindset, in which the sort of cynicism / negative commentary community feel kinda just left me in my videos. And so here we are now. In the end, you really shouldn't let my opinion dissuade you from doing what you really want to do. Just do what makes you happy. We're all here for the furry community because we love the best values in it. We're all here to support each other, at least from my experience, and we all love the little things about each other. Which I'm just saying, the good that you guys can do sometimes really makes me proud to be part of the fandom. But that's about it for this topic, guys. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments below. Along with that, tell me what side you might be on with regards to this little debate and why. Don't fight with each other in the comments though, be nice. Oh wait, these are the YouTube comments, no one's ever that way. Still, let's be nice to each other. Build a positive community rather than a negative one. Thank you guys for watching. I know I haven't really been thanking him lately, but I'd like to give a big shout out and thank you to LocalDrogg for editing my videos for me. He's done probably the most tedious portion with editing the videos, cutting up the audio, and making it so it sounds nice. Even though I pay him to do this, he's honestly taken such a great weight off my shoulders with doing this, and I can't thank him enough. I don't know if he necessarily does YouTube, but please go and check him out. His link will be in the description. And that's it. See you later, guys. Take care.